What's in a vape cloud? Nicotine, carcinogens, tobacco-specific nitrosamine, formaldehyde, benzene.
To give you guys some statistics on teen vape usage, here we have a graph of current e-cigarette use among middle school and high school students. This graph is comparing the year 2017 and 2011 and showing a dramatic increase in e-cigarette usage. For our next graph, we have a comparison of e-cigarette usage among the youth as e-cigarette advertisement grows. In green, you can see from the year 2011 to 2014, there has been a dramatic increase in dollars spent, reaching almost $120 million. As this advertisement spent grows, we also see a correlation between teen usage growing, and this is represented by the orange line.
For McGuire's inputs today, we'll be covering source, message, channel, audience, and destination.
Our target behavior is to impede the start of vaping amongst our target audience.
And now for our target audience, we have primary and secondary.
The primary target audience of our campaign are high school students in San Diego between the ages of 14 and 18 years who live with their parents. The secondary target audience will be the parents of these high school students, who may be current vapers or at risk of developing vaping behaviors from their peers. We conducted background research on our primary and secondary audiences to justify targeting them from this intervention. We found that 84 and 72% of 30 to 49-year-olds and 50 to 64-year-olds, respectively, are active Facebook users, which would comprise of the anticipated target age groups of our secondary. It was also found that teens are susceptible to peer pressure, especially with nicotine and vaping products, and that these products are most harmful at these ages.
Youth is unaware that they are at risk of harmful chemicals and additive substances, so we felt that using the health belief model would be helpful in implementing our vaping cessation campaign, since it's based on the understanding that a person will take a health-related action if a negative health condition could be avoided. In this case, learning that nicotine is highly addictive could prevent them from getting any type of disease, since they know they are more susceptible once they begin smoking.
For elaboration likelihood model, our message is going beyond the surface and looking to how we can convey our messages to our audience through cognition. Our posters demonstrate central route by the use of color, drawings, and statistical infographics, and involves a much higher cognition. The central route involves providing the target audience the ability to think about our messages through the use of statistics. In order for this to become effective, the viewer or receiver needs to be motivated to want to impede vaping usage amongst teens as well. For social media, being YouTube and Instagram, this embodies using peripheral route by the use of memes and authoritative figures. With the peripheral route, we are using a sense of humor to appeal to the viewer. This route requires much less cognition and not too much thinking. The use of humor with our memes provides individuals who are not willing to engage with our message directly a way to still somewhat understand and be persuaded by something other than the message's content.
And now for our personas. For our primary persona, we have Chris, a Hispanic 16-year-old high school student. He has a part-time job on the weekends at the YMCA as a lifeguard. He's also on the JV soccer team, and during his spare time, he likes to hang out with his friends at an indoor soccer field or at one of their homes. He's also technically single, but he texts a few girls. His favorite TV shows are Blue Mountain State and Family Guy, and occasionally he likes to Netflix and chill. His favorite movie is The Godfather, and he likes to listen to a mixed genre of music. However, his favorites that he sticks to are Drake and Travis Scott. His main communication process he uses is social media, usually Snapchat and Instagram. He deactivated his Facebook, but his mom always posts pictures and tags him still for his aunts and uncles to see. He watches YouTube, and his favorite YouTuber is FaZe Rug. As for video games, he plays Fortnite during his spare time, as well as FIFA. For our secondary persona, we have Lily, and she is the mother of Chris. She's Hispanic and has been married to Chris's father, Alex, for 18 years. They were high school sweethearts. They have 3 children total. Chris is the oldest, Viviana, who's 11, and Sylvia, who's 5. Lily is a full-time 8th grade English teacher. She mainly spends her time teaching, being a mother, wife, and working out 4 nights a week at a boot camp class at 24-Hour Fitness. She likes to spend a majority of her time with her family and cooks dinner every single night for them. Her favorite singer is Shakira, and her favorite actress is Penelope Cruz. Lily has a hobby of couponing on the weekends and also keeps busy taking the kids to their soccer games. Her main form of communication she uses in the form of social media is a Facebook to connect with all of her distant family as well as her husband's family to keep everyone up to date on the kids.
We will incorporate various channels to effectively reach our target audience. Our first channel will be the use of promotional materials such as posters to be distributed around high school campuses in San Diego. These posters will be informative and provide relevant information on the issue of vaping amongst the youth, as well as resource information. We will also utilize social media websites like Instagram and Facebook. On these channels, we will post memes to elicit humor whilst informing the target audience, as well as providing heat content to shock the students with a more emotional approach on this issue.
For our sources, the internal sources are #EscapeTheVape campaign, which will share identity and perceived similarities with teen audience. Our external source is the CDC and NIH, which provides an intellectual, authoritative qualification for our research and data within our campaign. Each of our sources provide credibility for both of our target populations.
Here's an example of a poster we would use as our first message. This first message is that teens do not know what is in their e-cigarette. We would post this around high school campuses in San Diego for teens to see, and also post this on our Facebook page for parents as our secondary audience to see as well. This image is processed through the central route because the individual is meant to be drawn in by the color and images. However, the real intent is for the viewer to look closely and understand the statistics on vaping culture among teens. As you can see, 66% of teens believe that there is only flavoring in their e-cigarettes. We will use this to announce our message that there is a health problem that we are seeing and facing among high school teens and vape culture.
For our second piece of original content, we wanted to use memes that are relatable to the youth. Teens are always on their social media accounts, either liking content or sharing it. So by using humor and peripheral cues in our anti-vape memes, the primary target of teens may think twice about vaping. The first meme we created shows Kermit the Frog announcing how much money is spent on advertisements specifically targeting teens, and the second meme is relevant because of the current political era involving Donald Trump.
We plan on using the 4 A's to convey our messages. The first is activate. We plan on using edutainment to draw our target audience into learning about vape culture and the negative effects of this activity. Our goal is to activate their desire to learn more about our message through anti-vape advertisements that have a hook. Next is announce. This is where we plan on including statistics into our messages. We want high school students to know what is in their vapes, what nicotine is, and what it can do to their health. This is an announcement to our target audience to let them know that this is a serious problem. Next is advocate. Now this is how we're going to hook our audience in. With the use of YouTube as a channel, we can connect with popular YouTubers that will advocate for our message about vape culture so that our audience can know it's not cool and show them that they embrace and promote our point of view and it comes across to the high school population that we're trying to target. We will be using these popular faces and their fun way of advocating for our cause as the heat in our message because they have the ability to elicit a variety of emotions and reactions from them. Last is to advise. This is how we will target our secondary population, the parents. We will use print media and sharing on Facebook to provide resources about vape culture and how they can talk to their teens about it.
To evaluate our social media impact breaks down as following. we will have micro campaigns within our vaping cessation campaign involving specific themes. An example would be Christmas-related memes during the month of December, as well as pop culture references. Also, we will use a summary analysis to track the process of the number of likes, shares, and views on our social media channels.
For our SMART impact goal, we want to increase vape culture awareness and reduce the amount of money spent on buying vape products by 25% by the end of the school semester. For our impact evaluation, we want pre- and post surveys to be administered in school, specifically asking about smoking habits. For a SMART outcome goal, we want to reduce the amount of money spent on vape products by 40% by the end of the school year. For our outcome evaluation, we want pre- and post surveys to include KABs of vaping among 14 to 18-year-old students.
Thank you all for listening, and please don't forget to follow our Instagram account, Escape the Vape SDSU.